prayers. Om Gyanti Mirandhasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmiritam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manovishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guruho Shri Padkamalam Shri Guruna Vaishnavamsha. Shri Rupam Sakvijatam Sagana Raghunatanitam Tam Sajivam. Sadhvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam. Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakanitamsha. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshnaya Bhutare Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschat Deshtarine. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prem Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gauratushe Namo. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste Bhakti Kanchana Gauranga Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaur Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Welcome all the devotees for the Bhagavad Gita class. So we are discussing from the 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. I think few more devotees are yet to join. So anyhow, we will start with whatever we discussed in the last session. So we can discuss in the same sequence. So last session we discussed on two verses, 14th verse and 15th verse. So maybe you can share from the notes whatever, or you remember what was discussed on 14 and 15 verses. Then we'll start with the next verse today, 16th. Yeah. Yeah, Mataji. Okay. Sure. Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. We discussed three types of Shaktis. That is Antaranga Shakti, Bahiranga Shakti, and Tatastha Shakti. Antaranga Shakti never get influenced. And Bahiranga...
Influenced by what?
Influenced by Maya.
Maya, okay, yes.
And Bahiranga Shakti always get influenced by Maya. But Tatastha Shakti is like like Jiva, like us. We can...
Bahiranga Shakti is Maya itself, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, that is Maya itself, yeah. Yeah, and Tatastha Shakti?
Yes, and Tatastha Shakti is like us, means Jiv. If they want, they can influence by Maya. If they don't want, they cannot be influenced by Maya.
Okay. Yes, thank you, Mataji. So somebody else want to share some other point? You can share whatever you remember or... Yes, Prabhu. Arun Prabhu, yeah.
Hare Krishna. So in the last class, we have seen like how in 7.14, Krishna says, Devi Esha Gunamai Mam Maya Duratya, that it is very difficult to overcome Maya or the external energy of the Lord, but Mameva Prapadyan, the one who surrenders, then he can overcome the Maya. Then we have discussed that the question arises that if it is so, then why doesn't everyone surrender? And then Prabhupada continued in the 7.15 purport that Namam Duskituno Muda Prapadante Naradhama. There are 4 types of miscreants. So they are, it is like Arjun even did not understand, Arjun did not ask the question also, but Krishna understood his mind and that started replying that who all do not surrender. And then he said there are 4 types of Naradhamas. Dushkitinas. So there he set forth Mudha, Naradhama, Maya Prahit Jnana, and Asuram Bhavam Ashrita. So Mudha we understand who is grossly foolish.
Yeah,
They
any
work
one
for,
you can tell. Any one of them you can just explain. Others will give
Okay.
chance. Yes, Prabhu.
like Mudha are those people who are grossly foolish. They work like anything. You gave example of Pune to Mumbai. They travel for 4 hours and 6 hours and work for 10 hours. Then and the main thing is they don't want to understand about God, and therefore they have created self-created duties, and they are engaged in that, and therefore they say they do not get time. And Prabhupada also explains that they are busy they are wasting their valuable time serving mammons. So that is illusory beauty. So this we have discussed about Mudha and other 3 categories.
Yes, thank you, Prabhu. Yes, somebody else want to share about the next 3, may say one. Any one you can share from the next 3. In sequence, it is better. Yes, Mataji, Bhakti Leela Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
So second is Nar Adam. Nar Adam is the lowest of mankind. These peoples are not following the religious principle. And you also shared one example of Prabhupada. This Prabhupada when was in USA, and the Prabhupada said to that hippies people, ki, you are advanced people, means your country is advanced. So why are you not using Krishna consciousness?
Yes.
That's all.
Yes, thank you, Mataji. Yeah, so third category, who would like to share? Oh, third, what is the third category and something about it? Nobody wants to share. Okay, Abhinav, let's move.
This category of Maya Aprita Jnana, so we discussed that like Aprita means their knowledge is stolen, Aparan we say. And then we also discussed that this category of like miscreants, I mean the Dushkrinatas are like Mayavadis or impersonalist. So in that impersonalist also we discussed there are 2 categories, Brahmavadis and Mayavadis. So Brahmavadis, we discussed that they accept the form of the Lord, but they want to merge into Brahman. And the Mayavadis, they don't even accept the form of the Lord. So yeah, so basically they are impersonalist.
Yeah, 2 types impersonalist. Okay. Yeah, so fourth category, somebody wants to share? Last one. Yeah, somebody else who has not told till now anything. Other devotees there. Ganga Putra Prabhu is there, Anuradha Mataji is there, Prerna Mataji is there, Mukund Part 2. Fourth category, somebody want to share? Asuram Bhavam Ashrita. What we discussed on that, Asuram Bhavam Ashrita. Okay, both Arun and Bhakti Leela Mataji have shared. Okay, yeah, Bhakti Leela Mataji, you can tell.
These peoples taken the shelter of demonic principle, and they openly reject Vedas. They are atheistic people.
Yeah.
And they never surrendered to Lord. They lack the Bhakti Sukruti.
Yeah. We discussed some examples in that. We didn't discuss. Fourth category.
Not.
Yeah, this modern
Like
day
you
examples.
told about where you told about Buddhism, that like where said, I think it's quote of Mahaprabhu or someone, like Vedana Manilo Buddha hoy Nastik.
Yeah.
That you gave example of Ashram Bhavamashita, that they directly deny the existence of God and basically work on some religious principle of what we say, non-violence and all. That you have given example, I remember.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, that is example. And other modern examples can be Hitler, and all this demoniac people, terrorists, actually. They can also be the example. They are demons only in actually human body. Okay, yeah, that we discussed. Okay, so somebody like to tell among these four categories, who is the maximum in number? We have discussed. Prabhupada says somebody among them is maximum in number, and they are 99.9% of the people. Who are they?
Naradam.
Yes, Mate, yeah, Naradama. They are 99.9%. Means they are sophisticated, well-educated people, but they don't want to surrender to God. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Anybody else wants to share anything on what we discussed? Okay, then we can take some questions, whatever was discussed on the last class based on that. Yeah, Arun Prabhu, you can.
Yeah, I have one question that yesterday I was reading Srimad Bhagavatam second canto, chapter number 7, where all the incarnations are like Brahmaji is telling all the incarnations that will come or that has come to Narada Muni. So there he says when it comes about Buddha, so Prabhupada writes in purport, this is not that Buddha, this is not that modern Buddha, this is another Buddha which has come. And then I read the purport. So Prabhupada also gives the number of Buddhas that at least in one age of Manu there are 72 Buddhas that comes up. And like when we talk about Dashavatar, like in even in the Ram's idol which has been installed in Ayodhya, so there are Dashavatas made carved up, and among them one is Buddha. So which Buddha do we talk about? And does that the idol of Buddha which generally Buddhist people they worship, is that the same Buddha as Dashavatar, or this is like different only? Or all the Buddhas are same of like they preach same principle, but they come in different manus or different days of Manu?
Yeah, that purport which you quoted, there the reference is there itself actually. That the series of avatars what he mentioned in the first canto, third chapter. Okay, all the different avatars are mentioned in first canto, third chapter. Those who read will know. So in that the Buddha comes. This Buddha is not the one which we recently know in Kali Yuga. Okay, the Buddha of Dashavatar is previous Buddha. That is different. Okay, who is the Vishnu Tattva, incarnation of Lord. And the current Buddha who is known, who spread this Nastik Vad or Shunyavad, he is Jiva Tattva, who is not the incarnation of the Lord. Okay, that is what is the understanding. So I can show you one reference. It's there in the Srimad Bhagavatam. So here it says purports. Okay. Yeah. So I think the same thing which I have few references. I'm showing one. Is it visible? Vedabase? Are you able to see Vedabase?
This only I read yesterday, Prabhuji.
Yeah, this only. Yeah. So here I will just read so that others are clear. So this incarnation of Lord Buddha is not the same Buddha incarnation we have in the present history of mankind. So sometimes we hear, right? Currently the Buddha is earlier was I think Siddhartha, right? His name Siddhartha, and then he sat under the Bodhi tree and he got the enlightenment, and then he understood that I am Buddha. Correct. So that Buddha is not the incarnation of Lord Krishna, okay, or Vishnu. According to Srila Jiva Goswami, the Buddha incarnation mentioned in this verse appeared in a different Kali age. Okay, the incarnation which is mentioned in the list of incarnation in first canto, third chapter, who is Vishnu Tattva, is not the one who appeared in this Kali age. Okay. So, which generally people understand. In the duration of life of one Manu, there are more than 72 Kali Yugas, and in one of them, the particular type of Buddha mentioned here would appear. Okay, that is Vishnu Tattva. Only in one of the 72 Kali Yugas, one will appear who is Vishnu Tattva. Others will be like some other jivas empowered. So Lord Buddha incarnates at a time when the people are most materialistic and preaches common sense religious principles. Okay, like that. So what we talk of Buddha is Buddha who has been appearing earlier in the Dashavatar, not the current Buddha. That's what is understanding. So more we can read in the Sandarbhas. Jiva Goswami has explained that in the Sandarbha. So later I can send you the reference detail. You can see that time. Okay.
So
You are
just to
directly not
clarify,
related to the class. That's why. Yeah. Yes.
yeah, like as you said, like when he sat under the Bodhi, just to clarify, when he sat under Bodhi tree, understand that he is a Buddha. So, like, did he understand that he has to do the work of Buddha, which real Buddha does, like the that he spreads atheism? Because here later in this purport, Prabhupada writes that he spread atheism. So, does real Buddha also spreads atheism, or only this Buddha has spread atheism?
Yeah. That Buddha, who is incarnation of Lord, he will also spread atheism only. And Buddha is never worshipped by Vaishnavas for that reason. Okay. Because he spread the atheism and he spoke against the Vedas, which are like mothers for all the Vaishnavas. So he also does the same, and this Buddha also did the same. But this Buddha, current one, whom we know, is not the incarnation of Lord. He is a Jiva Tattva. And whom we worship, means whom we understand as actually Buddha is the Jiva, is a Vishnu Tattva, who is mentioned in the list of Dashavatar. Okay. So they spread atheism only. That is only the duty.
Like earlier, before reading this purport in detail, I have like heard before, or like there is fight between devotees, fight in the sense an argument between devotees that Buddha is also incarnation of Lord, and therefore they are also Hindus, or in one sense they are also devotees, like in the Vaishnava parampara only. So like that, some people argue. It means they don't have knowledge. Is it right?
Yeah. Can you tell the last line again? I didn't hear.
And like I'm saying, there is argument that because Buddha is incarnation of Vishnu, so devotees of Vishnu says that even your God, to Buddhist people, that your God is also an incarnation of Vishnu, and therefore you all follow in Varnashram system only. But they do not accept.
No. Actually, that argument we cannot actually accept it. Yeah, because which Buddha they are talking, that is not clear. What is their understanding, first of all. So when we talk of Dashavatar Buddha, that is Vishnu Tattva, which we discuss. Okay, not the current Buddha. That's much only I can say. Okay. So
Okay, thank you.
yeah. Thank you. Anybody has any question based on what was discussed last time on verse number 14 and 15? Okay, so then we will go to the 16th verse. So okay. So till now we have been discussing in this chapter. If you remember, 6th chapter we ended with saying that among different kinds of yogis, the Bhakti yogi is highest. Okay. Yoginam api sarvesham madgatena antaratmana. Okay. Who worships me inside within him. Okay. Shraddhavan bhajate yomam same yukta tamo mata. And he is yukta in me. All that was discussed. And then 7th chapter started with the same thing, same theme also, that how this yogi is always thinking, Maya asakta mana partha, yogam yunjan. He is yunjan. He is yunjan means he is within me. I am within him. Like he is combined with me. He is in sync with me. Mad ashraya. He has taken my shelter, like that. And then Krishna said, okay, now I am going to describe you the jnana as well as vijnana of the bhakti aspect. So as we are understanding this 6 chapters, 7th to 12th, he is going to discuss about this Gyan and Vigyan aspect. And then as we went ahead, then third verse describes about Manushyanam Sahasreshu, saying that how this knowledge is very, very rare. Okay, and the people who understand this knowledge is very, very rare. And then after that, this was discussed that Apara Shakti, fourth verse, we discussed about Apara Shakti, that how this basically Gyan aspect has started from the fourth verse till the 12th verse. The Gyan aspect is being discussed. That is the like Jiva Shakti and as well as the Maya Shakti. These two are Bahiranga Shakti that is being discussed. Yeah. So fifth verse was describing about Jiva Tattva then. And then Krishna started describing about how he pervades throughout the universe, through his agency of Paramatma. And Prabhupada says that as active principle, correct? That we discussed. So, and then we understood how he gives the example of the Sutre Manigana Iva. The thread, I am like the thread inside the Manigana. Manigana means the rows of pearls, like that. So he gives that example, saying that how as Paramatma I am pervading throughout the universe. And then 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 4th verses, he described the various examples of his vibhuti, that how I am inside the every atom. And then he also described that how I am the source of many, many elements, and as well I am the essence of many, many things. So sources, we understood how taste is the source of the element water, correct? And we understood how smell is the source of earth. All that we discussed. And then essence, he is essence, like he is the balam balvatam chaham, I am the strength of the strong. All that he described. And then 12th verse, he said that okay, yeah, there are so many other things I can tell, but this is sufficient, like that. And then 13th verse onwards, he started describing how the three modes act. So he described that three modes. And then 14th verse, he started describing how to overcome these three modes, correct? So by taking shelter of Krishna, one can overcome. That was told. And then now 15th verse, what we discussed last time, the question is, okay, by surrendering to you, one can overcome the modes. Then why not everyone surrender? Correct? That was the 15th verse. Because by surrendering to you, one gets liberation. Why not everybody surrender? So in answer, as we read, so Vishwanath Jadagur says, yeah, those who are wise, they surrender. But those who think that they are wise, they do not surrender. So a little bit different kind of thing he said. And then Prabhupada also mentioned, yeah, so not all can surrender because everybody does not have the Sukriti. Okay, so they are Duskritinas. Prabhupada, sorry, Krishna uses that word, Dushkritina, means miscreants. Prabhupada translates it as miscreants, or those who have wicked intelligence. Wicked intelligence means they don't want to surrender to God, they don't want to know about God, they don't want to inquire about God, all this. So now the question arises, okay, if these people do not surrender, then the question is, who are the people who surrender to you? Okay. So today's discussion, we will start with this verse, that 4 types of people who surrender to Krishna. So let us recite this verse together. Please repeat along with me. Chaturvidha bhajante mam jana sukritino arjuna arto jigyasu artharthi jnani cha bharatarshabha. Yeah, so here he is saying Chaturvidha. Okay, 4 kinds. Yeah, so bhajante, render services. Mam means unto me. Krishna is saying this verse, so it is referring to him, unto me. Sukritinaha. So this is very, very important word which we will focus here. Okay. So note this verse, Sukritino. It's very, very important. Like last verse, the important thing was Duskritino. So the 4 categories, like whatever the 4 categories we described, they are all coming under Duskritina. Okay. So if you see the examples as we discussed now, there are very, very various examples which were described in the last session. So Prabhupada also gives few examples, but I will point out one thing which is important. First he said Muda, who are grossly foolish. Then he said those who are Naradama, lowest among mankind. So in that he told many sophisticated people are there, many people are there who are actually very advanced in their society, living standards, but they don't surrender to God. So one point to be noted there is there are many people who have good living standards, but at the same time surrender also to God. You understand this point, that not everybody who has good living standard is a non-devotee. There are few people who are good living standard, but at that same time are devotees. Okay. Another point is that third category, which was there, Maya Aparita Jnana. So the examples Prabhupada gave many scientists, philosophers. Correct. So should we say that all scientists, all philosophers are non-devotees and none of them are devotees, or nobody can become devotee? Is it like that? No. Few of them are also devotees and many of them can become devotees. Correct. So not that anybody is in the category of Dushkritina is disqualified from becoming devotee. And some are devotees also. Okay. And there is last one, that is Asuram Bhava. They have got the atheistic nature. And we also see that there are many demoniac people also who actually become devotees. Like we understand in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes, in Nityananda Prabhu's pastimes, there are so many demoniac people who came in touch with them and then they became devotees. Even Narottam Das Thakur, there is very famous dacoit who was there, Chandra Rai, and then he came in touch with Narottam Das Thakur, he became devotee. Correct. So many Jagai Madhai, we know very famous example. So they could become devotees. So when anybody comes in contact with devotee of these four class who are Dushkritina, they also can become devotees. So there the focus was not these four classes. So I'll just go back to the 15th verse. Okay. So here these four categories are wicked intelligence and they can become devotees. When they will become? When they come in contact with the devotees. So this point Prabhupada is going to say in today's purport. Okay, when they will come in contact with the devotees, they can become devotees. They have the ability to become devotees. And it's not that anybody who is in this category of Dushkritina, Naradama, Mudha, Maya, Paritagyana, and Asuram Bhavam, these four, they will eternally remain non-devotees. No, they can become devotees, but they have to come in touch with the devotees of Lord. So when they come in touch, they will become devotees like that. So that just keep in mind. Okay. So now 16th verse, the word used is Sukritina. Sukritina. So those who are pious. Okay, that's what Prabhupada translates. So this pious, we are going to see, this pious is not material piety. It is spiritual. Okay, it is spiritual piety. Okay, what we understand by spiritual piety? So anybody who has accepted some prasad of the Lord, who has done some vratas like Ekadashi, he fasted on Ekadashi day, he fasted on some appearance of the Lord like Nasim Chaturdashi, okay, Ramanavami, Janmashtami, he did some fasting. Some devotional activity he has done, which has gained him some spiritual pieties, like as I told, eating prasadam or hearing the holy name of the Lord, taking darshan of the Lord, okay, visiting the holy dham like Vrindavan, Mayapur. So he has got some of the accumulation of spiritual piety. That piety is being told here. Arjuna, oh Arjuna, Artha. So this is the first category which is said. So Artho, first, Jigyasu, second, Artharthi, this third, and Jnani is fourth. So let's see what are the translations. So Artha, the distressed, Jigyasu, the inquisitive. Okay. Artharthi, Artha means money or opulence. Arthi, who considers it as the important thing, okay, or who wants it. So one who desires material gain. Jnani, one who knows things as they are. Okay, that Prabhupada, he will translate it as full knowledge, who is in full knowledge. You can see the translation when we read. He will write this person as having full knowledge. In the purport it will come. Cha, also Bharata Rishabha, oh great one amongst the descendants of Bharata. Okay, yes, we'll read the translation and purport. Yeah, Prerna Mataji, would you like to read translation?
Thank you, Prabhuji. O best among the Bhartas, four kind of pious men being to render devotional services unto me: the distressed, the desirer of wealth, the inquisitive, and he who is searching for knowledge of the Absolute.
Yeah, so this searching for knowledge of the Absolute is a special one. Among all this, he is special. So next 3 verses is going to describe why he is special. Okay, and other 3 are normal category of Sukritino. So as I told, the focus here is Sukritino, means those people who have gained some spiritual piety. Okay, so that is the focus. So we will see the explanation of this, but some important thing here to note is these 4 category. One is Artho, that he is saying Prabhupada is distressed. Okay, so he has some distress. So generally the distress is considered as the Adibhautik, Adidavik, Adhyatmik klesha. Okay, suffering in the body, mind, like that. So Adibhautik, Adidavik, and Adhyatmik due to his own mind, like that. And Adidavik is due to some natural calamity. So they are considered distressed people and they want relief. That is the first category. Second is Jigyasu. So Jigyasu here Prabhupada is translated as the inquisitive. Okay, that is inquisitive. He is inquiring about the spiritual aspects, something about Lord or the scriptures, like that. He is inquiring. He is inquisitive about God. He is not very serious about, like Jnani, who wants to focus about this spiritual thing only in life. No, he is not like that person. If he gets like that. But we have to understand all these 4 category, they are actually having very good amount of devotional attitude. They are not like ones who inquires about God, or ones who is distressed and comes to temple, or once this third category, desirer of wealth, arthi. It's not that once he wanted wealth and he came to temple and then after that he never came. No, this is not that category. This is a category where he is worshipping Lord Vishnu or Krishna and he doesn't worship any demigod. But whenever he wants money, he comes to Vishnu. And he has a motive of worshipping Vishnu, that he wants money. Like you must have seen sometimes people worship Balaji. So they make a deal also with Balaji. Okay, I'll give some 10 lakh rupees as donation so that I can get 1 crore profit in my business. Correct. So like that they do some deal with Balaji. But they will not do that with any demigod. They will do with Vishnu only. So that is their qualification. And fourth one is special. So he is considered not like the Jnani. The word is Jnani, but he is not the Jnani which we understand. He is not impersonalist. He is not a Mayavadi or Brahmavadi. He is not impersonalist. He is a devotee. And Prabhupada will say, and other acharyas also will say, he is having actually full knowledge about God. Okay. And the only problem here is that he is more inclined to the reverential attitude towards Lord. Aishwarya Gyan he has. Okay, he wants to worship the Lord like having lot of reverence, and he has more inclination towards the Shanta rasa. Okay, just appreciate the Lord, but no direct service. That is the point. So we'll see the detail. Okay, so here the shloka is describing who surrenders. Okay. So now, as I told, Sukritino is very, very important. So focus of the verse is on this, Sukritino. Why? Because not everybody who is distressed comes to Lord Vishnu. So if I ask you a question, who comes to Lord Vishnu? What will be the answer? Okay, let me hear from all devotees. What is your understanding of this shloka? Who? This verse is known. Okay, we are just discussing on this verse. Answer on this verse. Who will come to Lord Vishnu? Okay, please raise your hand if you want to answer. We are not talking about pure devotees. We are talking about these four people. Okay, so yes, Mataji, yeah, Prerna Mataji.
Prabhuji, one who gets attracted to Lord's form. I know I came to, yeah, I mean, I joined ISKCON because I was very much fascinated by Radha Chandra's beauty. I was not, those were initial days of my Bhagavad Gita class, but I used and take their darshan for 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Sometimes my husband would say that I will get you small Radha Chandra. Please don't stand too much like that. That one main reason.
Okay.
Second is when we are in demigod worship, I think demigod grant you to the higher devotional service platform because whatever I'm speaking from my personal example only.
Yes, Mataji.
Previously, I was in Swami Samartha Sampradaya. In my college days, our group of my friends, we all used to visit Swami Samartha Kendra and honor Prasad there. Whatever they will ask us, we used to do and follow. So, when you are a good worshipper of demigods, you ultimately get inclined to Vishnu worship. That's my understanding. I may be wrong.
Okay. No, yeah, you are partially right. Yes, Mataji. Okay, yeah, sorry, Prasanna Gopal. Okay. Yes.
Actually, as far as this sloka is concerned, like all the four types of people will surrender to Krishna.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, so like all the four types has equal opportunity.
Yes.
In contact with like, if all the four types of persons, as by their past sukruti they can come, or in this life also if they can get sukruti in terms of meeting with devotees, then also they have opportunity to surrender. And these will, as Shloka says, these four types of people will surrender to Krishna.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you. So yeah, that's what is the point, that these four types are there. So it's not that automatically anybody distressed will come to Vishnu. Automatically anybody who is inquisitive will come to Vishnu. Or automatically anybody wants wealth will come to Vishnu. Or automatically who is in knowledge, this we will not discuss because he is already devotee. So this we cannot discuss. I am telling only about first three. This Jnani is already devotee, so we are not discussing about him. Okay, because he has knowledge about the full knowledge of Lord. Okay, we will discuss more about it, what it means. He has full knowledge of Lord. So these first three category. So I am saying one statement, just try to understand. Everybody who is distressed is not going to come to Lord Vishnu. Yes or no? Correct. Yeah. So
Yes.
everybody who wants to get knowledge, there are so many people on the road who are distressed. So will everybody come to Radhavindra temple or go to Lord Vishnu any form, any temple? No. They'll try to find out some other solution. Somebody else they will go. So some may go to demigod. And everybody who is inquisitive, will he come to Lord Vishnu? No. Arthati, anybody who wants wealth will not come. When these three people will come, when they are Sukritina. If they have got Sukriti, what Sukriti? Spiritual piety. They have come in touch with the prasadam of the Lord or the form of the Lord, or they have come in touch with Kirtan of the Lord, holy name. So then only they will come to the spiritual path, come to Lord Shri Krishna or Vishnu. Otherwise, how much ever they may be in distress, they cannot come to Vishnu. How much ever they may be inquisitive, they will not come to Vishnu. Or how much ever they may want wealth, they will not come to Vishnu. They may go to some very rich person, but not will come to Lord Vishnu if they are not Sukritina. So that has to be understood here. So many times I have seen devotees telling anybody who is in this category will automatically become devotee or they will come to Vishnu. No, that is not right. Otherwise, all beggars would be devotees. All people in Mataji's hospital will be devotees. Yes, Mataji, Prerna Mataji, all your other people come to your hospital are devotees or who come for treatment?
No, Prabhuji, all are not, but I try my best to give them some, I give them some prasad, or I have kept this small,
Books,
small,
cards,
this
cards.
Hare Krishna Mahamantra cards.
Yeah, yeah,
I give them,
yeah,
seeing their inclination.
yeah, yeah. So, but not all will take up to devotional service.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. So that's what I'm trying to say. Automatically, anybody who is in this category will not become devotee or want to become devotee. That is the point. Until unless they have the Sukriti. Okay. So let's read the purport. So here is some very important point from Vishwanath Chakravarti. So let's read. Yes, Mataji, please continue. Yeah, Prerna Mataji, you are ready.
Then who worships you? Worship me. Those who follow the rules of the Varnashram, Sukritino, worship me. Among them, some desire relief from affliction, from calamities like sickness, some desire knowledge of Atma, or desire knowledge of scriptures with grammar, and some desire enjoyment in this life and the next with land, elephants, horses, women, gold, and other such things. These persons worship me. These three are Sakam Grihasthas.
Yeah, just 1 minute. So these persons worship me because why? They are Sukriti. And what they want? They want all these things which is mentioned here. See what all things. So among them, some desire relief from affliction. So what is the word in the shloka for this? Affliction. That is
Artho.
Artho. They want relief, so they have come to Lord. So from calamities like sickness. This I told Adibhautik, Adidevik, all that. Some desire knowledge, correct? So what is this? This category desires of knowledge. What is that word?
Jigyasu.
Yeah, Jigyasu. Desire knowledge of Atma. They desire knowledge of scriptures with grammar, correct? All this. And some desire enjoyment. So who is this?
Artharthi.
Yeah, that is Artharthi in this life. And the next with land, elephants, horses, women, gold, and other such things. Yes. And these persons worship me because they have Sukriti, so they come to Lord only. Okay, like that. They are Sakam Grihastha. Sakam means they have some material motive to worship. They have material motive of worship. They want all these things, but they will go to Vishnu only, nobody else. Yes, Madhuri, please continue.
The fourth type of Jnani, a sannyasi with a pure heart who worships me with devotion, is Nishkam, without material desire. Note, in this definition, the Jnani does not have a desire for liberation. The devotee desiring for liberation is mentioned at the end of the chapter as Sakam.
So as I told, this Jnani is not the impersonalist, which we generally know. Okay. So this is not that Jnani. The who meditates on Brahman, wants to merge in Brahman. No. He is not impersonalist. He is a devotee. Okay. That's mentioned. Yes, Mata, you can please continue. This is from Baldev Vidyabhushan. Yeah.
Yes. Baldev Vidyabhushan says, then who surrenders to you? Those who are actually learned, Sikritina, who engage in the designated activities according to Varnashram, and who have love for me alone, worship me. Note, they worship the Lord alone and also do prescribed duties, but without much attachment. Even if they have material distress, they still only worship the Lord and no one else. They are of four types. Some are afflicted by disaster, that is an artha, such as pain from the enemies. They desire to eliminate that suffering. Gajendra is an example of this type. Other desire knowledge of the nature of Atma, distinct from the body, that is Jigyasu. Shaunaka is an example of this type.
Yeah, so same thing here. It said one very important point to be noted is they follow Varnashrama. Okay, they are not non-followers of Varnashma. They are inside Varnashma system. And Varnashma means what? Vishnu worship. So if you know the Varnashama shloka, so it says that Vishnu aradhyate pantha na anyat tattvasya karanam. So that verse is where Varnashma is described. Varnashama acharato Purushena Parapuman Vishnu Aradhyate Pantananya Tattvasya Karana. So anybody who is following the Varnashram system will do Vishnu worship. So those who are not doing Vishnu worship or Krishna worship actually are not within Varnashram at all. Like those who may do demigod worship or those who are not doing any kind of worship like nowadays. So they are outside Varnashram. Yes. And then examples are given. Gajendra was in distress, as we know. His leg was caught for 1,000 years. He was fighting with the crocodile. But because he had done some spiritual activity in his past life, so we understand he was King Indradyumna. Correct. If you have read the 8th canto, there it's mentioned. He was King Indradyumna, and in past life he had done bhakti. Correct. Devotional service he had performed. So that again reminded him of the Lord, and then he could pray. Because he had done past life devotional service, that was his Sukriti. Correct. That was in his account. Because of this Sukriti, he could pray to the Lord. Otherwise, many elephants may be caught in the lake, but everybody will not pray to God. And they are not there in the Bhagavatam. Only this elephant is there in Bhagavatam. Okay. Similarly, Shaunaka the rishis, they got association of whose association they got? Suta Goswami. So initially they wanted actually to go to heaven. Satram Swargaya hi Lokaya. So thousands of years of yajna they were trying to do. So coming in touch with Suta Goswami, who was a devotee. So they also got the devotional credits and they wanted to understand about the Lord. Yes. Yeah. So like that, two types are described. Yes. Next. Yes, Mataji.
Other desire wealth such as kingdom, that is Artharthi. Dhruva is an example of this type. The Jnani already knows himself as Atma, the part Shesha, and me as Paramatma. The shelter of the part that is Sheshi, Sukha is an example of this type. Of these, the first three are called as Sakama, having desires. The Jnani, however, is Nishkama, without desire. The inquisitive type is placed between the sufferer and the desire of wealth in the sequence in the verse because of hope of the future presence of inquisitiveness in those two types.
Yes, thank you, Mataji. So another example for the third category, Artharthi, is Dhruva. Dhruva wanted a kingdom which is higher than actually Brahma. That is his forefathers. Yeah, Parapitama. And fourth example for one who was a Jnani and then he became devotee, is Sukha. He got association of whom? Vedvyas, father. Yeah. And Dhruva got whose association? He got association of Narada. Correct. So there is always some devotee coming in touch who will be giving them devotional Sukriti, and then they will take up to worship of Lord Vishnu. Otherwise, it's not possible. Okay. And this Jnani is told that however he is Niskama, because he is without desire. He is wanting only to worship the Lord without any material motive. But all other three have desires like land, earth, gold, like that they want. Yes. And one very important thing is that if you see the shloka, this Jigyasu is placed in between Artharthi and Artho. Okay, he is in touch with both of them. What is the reason? So Baldev Vidyabhushan is saying that because of the hope of future presence of inquisitiveness in these two types. So when this Artharthi will get wealth or Artho will get removed his suffering, then they will start thinking, oh, how can I serve this Lord more? Okay, I am asking for the removal of suffering, but again the suffering comes after some time. So how to remove it like that? Or how can I know more about this Lord who is helping me so much? So then he will become Jigyasu. And then he will slowly become Jnani. And then become devotee. Like that. Okay. So, okay. So we'll read Prabhupada's purport. Yes, Dipali Mataji, are you able to read?
Yes, Prabhuji. Unlike the miscreants, these are adherents. These are adherents of the regulative principles of the scriptures, and they are called Sukritina, or those who obey the rules and regulations of scriptures, the morals and social laws, and are more or less devoted to the Supreme Lord. Out of these, there are four classes of men: those who sometimes distressed, those who are in need of money, those who are sometimes inquisitive, and those who are sometimes searching after knowledge of the absolute truth. These persons come to the Supreme Lord for devotional service under different conditions.
Yeah. So that's what they are following the rules and regulations of the scriptures. So this is same thing which was told as Varnashrama. So they are following the Varnashrama system. They follow the moral rules and social laws, all that. So they are not outcast people. And they are more or less devoted to the Supreme Lord. So this more or less we will discuss later. They are actually devoted to the Lord in some way or other. Okay. Yeah. So these four classes we read. Yes, Mataji, continue. Only highlighted part. Continue.
These are not pure devotees because they have some aspiration to fulfill in exchange for devotional service. Pure devotional service is without aspiration and without desire for material profit.
Yeah, so
When
when
these,
Prabhupada is saying not pure devotees, he is meaning they are not the practitioners of Uttama Bhakti. Okay, so here Prabhupada will give the definition of Uttama Bhakti, Anya Abhilashita Shunyam. Correct, all that. So this Anya Abhilashita Shunyam, this refers to not having desire of material enjoyment, not having bhakti, and also no desire for liberation. Okay, no bhakti and no mukti. This is called Anya Abhilashita Shunyam. Yeah. So when these four kinds of people come to the Supreme Lord for devotional service, so they are coming for devotional service only. But in what way they approach? They want to remove some kind of sufferings. They want some wealth, or they want to have some inquisitiveness like that. So in that way they are coming and are completely purified by the association of a pure devotee. This is very important. So when they will get purified, when they come into the association of pure devotee, like I gave the example we discussed, Gajendra, Dhruva, and then we had Shaunakadi Rishi, Sukdev Goswami. All those came in touch with the association of devotee. Then only they got purified. They also become pure devotees. Means what? They become practitioners of Uttama Bhakti. They give up the material desires. That's how we have to understand. Yes, Mataji.
as far as the miscreants are concerned, for them devotional service is very difficult because their life are selfish, irregular, and without spiritual goals. But even some of them, by chance, when they come in contact with the pure devotee, also become pure devotees.
Yeah, this is what we were discussing. This miscreants is who? Tuskritina. Correct. This was described in 7.15, last verse. So then Prabhupada is saying, by chance, when they come in contact with a devotee, also become pure devotees, with pure devotees. Yeah. So here we discuss same thing, that even though they may be the great scientists or philosophers, or they may be wealthy people, religious people, even demoniac class, all those four classes, four kinds of dushkritina, all can become pure devotees. Okay, like that. That's already we discussed. Yes, Mataji.
On the whole, when the distressed, the inquisitive, the seekers of knowledge, and those who are in need of money are free from all material desires, and when they fully understand that material remuneration has nothing to do with spiritual improvement, they become pure devotees.
Yeah, so they become free from all material desires, means what? They become Anyabhilashita Shunyam. Okay, so they start practicing Uttama Bhakti. That will happen how? When they come in touch with the pure devotees. Okay, they will become pure devotees. Okay, so now which we are going to see. Okay, so before explaining this, okay, anybody has any question till now? Whatever we discussed on this shloka. Yes, Mataji, Prerna Mataji.
Prabhuji, as you have told that all followers of Varnashram system, Vishnu worshippers are followers of Varnashram system. But in this current age of Kali, how we can maintain that Varnashram system?
Yeah.
I'm all are Shudras only. Like I'm talking about myself.
No, you're
Brahmanical.
you're Vaishnavi. So
No,
you're
no,
beyond.
And maybe what work materially what I am doing, like
Yeah. So okay, two questions are there actually. One part you are saying that in the modern world, what is the Varnashrama system, how nobody is following. And Prabhupada also says that Kalau Sudra Sambhava, like that. Yeah. So when Prabhupada is saying that, we have to understand that is not for devotees. Devotees are not counted as Shudra. That I will tell later. First part of the question, what you said about materialistic people. So they are surely not following any Varnashrama. There are very, very few people who may be actually called Karma Yogi, Jnana Yogi, or Ashtanga Yogi. There are very, very few who are actually following. There may be many one who have opened Jnana Yoga Society, Ashtanga Yoga Society and all. But actually who are following according to Vedas are very few. And Varnashma as such is very, very difficult. And some very empowered person only can again revive it. So, and it's surely a system which is created by Lord Shri Krishna. So as he says that Varnashma Vibhagasha, okay. So according to Guna and Karma, it should be established. So, and Prabhupada has told actually ISKCON movement, one of the goals is to establish the Varnashma system, but it has some understanding to it. We cannot discuss now. Sometime when the topic comes, we'll discuss. And second part, as you told, as devotees, so as devotees, we don't belong to the Shudra category, but as Bhaktivedanta Thakur has told us that as devotees, they are higher than Brahmanas. So Vaishnavas are higher than even Brahmanas. So there is no question of counting ourselves as Vaishnavas into any of the Shudra category. Okay. So that is the understanding we should have. And whatever activities we do, occupational duty, okay. So if we are doing it as an offering to Lord Krishna and we are doing it in a consciousness, whatever results come, we offer a part of it to Krishna. And when we are doing that activity, we offer it in the consciousness also to Krishna that, okay, I am supposed to do this duty to maintain my family. This family is given by Lord Krishna himself. So I am taking care of this family, my children, my husband, whoever, so that everybody can practice devotional service, or I am encouraging them to practice devotional service. So in that mood and consciousness it is done, it is better than any of the yoga system like Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, Karma Yoga. That all is Bhakti Yoga when we are doing in this consciousness. Okay. So it's not any Varnashma duty we are doing. Okay, Mataji? Yeah. So it's purely Bhakti Yoga. Okay. If it is done in this consciousness. Okay. Yes, Aruna Mataji.
Prabhuji, like we are practitioner devotees, at least I am. So practitioner devotees fall into the fourth category of jnanis, or would they fall into other three categories?
Yeah, that's what we are going to discuss just as of now. We are going to discuss that.
Okay. And the second was, Prabhuji, like you, as you were mentioning in the answer to Prerna Mataji, that when we spend money for our family in order to provide an atmosphere to them that they are also able to practice. But what if we are trying to provide the atmosphere, but the family is still not practicing?
Yeah.
So will our, I mean, will the application of money still be counted as an activity for Krishna, or it will be counted as a mundane activity?
Yeah, for you, in what consciousness you do it, it will be counted in that consciousness for you. Okay, how they use it, that is between them and Krishna. Okay, but what consciousness you offer it, that will be accepted by Krishna in that, because you may not have that much control over their life. Okay, and we cannot force them also. So what the best we can do is give them a good experience of Krishna consciousness to the extent they accept. Okay, and give them liberty to the extent they don't accept. And we don't become cold, understand, we don't become cold to them. And at the same time we appreciate them to the extent they take up bhakti. Okay, but we try to encourage them. So then Krishna is happy with such a devotee, that he is trying to do his best. That's what he expects. Okay. So more will come, discussion will come about this in Nectar of Devotion. When we are going to discuss that time it will come. Okay.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Okay. So then we will go back to our PPT. So little bit detail is there in this. Actually, whatever this 16th shloka is important one in this series. So that's why this 16th, basically whole 14, 15, 16. These are important shlokas. So Prabhupada purpose is also very big in 15th shloka and 16th also. So here we are going to discuss one important concept about as discussion came about Varnashrama, and discussion about this Jnani is going to come in next 3 verses. So try to hear this attentively. I will try to explain this. So here in the Vedic system, we have different categories of people, and you must have learned in the yoga ladder, obviously. And then there are people who are practicing, out of Varnashrama system. Then there are people who actually fall into the Karma Yoga. Then there are people who follow Jnana Yoga. There are people who follow Ashtanga Yoga. And then people who do Bhakti Yoga, like that. Correct. That you already understood. So a little bit detail in that is going to come. So there are actually 3 categories of people. The first category of people, they have small amount of bhakti. Okay. So the technical term for that Prabhupada has not used. So, but it is called Guni Bhuta. Okay. And the people who are there in this category are 3. They practice Karma Yoga, they practice Jnana Yoga, they practice Ashtanga Yoga. Second is they have major amount of bhakti in their practice and in the goal also. They are called this Pradhani Bhut. Guni Bhut, then Pradhani Bhut. Here they are called Karma Mishra Bhakta. Okay. And similarly, there are other category who are called Gyan Mishra Bhakta. And then third category is there. They do only Bhakti. Okay. Whom we call as this Anyabhilashita Shunyam, Uttama Bhakti, or we call the name as Kevala Bhakti, or we call Nirguna Bhakti. Okay. Or we call as Shuddha Bhakti, or we call as Paro Dharma. In Bhagavatam that word comes. Correct. So all these different names are there for this pure devotional practitioners. They are practicing the Shuddha Bhakti path. Okay. So just to quantify, so there are like Karma Yoga, so they will have good amount of karma and they have a small amount of bhakti in their practice. Then Jnana Yoga means they will have good amount of Jnana Yoga things, meditation on impersonal Brahman and all. Karma obviously here means Varnashrama. This karma refers to Varnashrama practices. Then there will be Jnana and a small amount of bhakti will be there. And these people will meditate on Paramatma, Dharana, Dhyan, Samadhi, okay, whatever. Yam, Niyam, Asan, Pratyahar, Pranayam, Dharana, Dhyan, Samadhi, Ashtanga system they will do. And a small amount of bhakti also they will have. Now question may come, why they have this small amount of bhakti? Why it is required a small amount of bhakti? This small amount of bhakti is required. Otherwise, if there is no bhakti, then what will happen? Their practice will not fructify. The results will not come. their karma will not take them to heaven. Their jnana will not take them to impersonal Brahman. And their Ashtanga also will not take them to impersonal Brahman. Results will not come. Okay. So this proof is in Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay. So Shukdev Goswami says in the second canto. So that reference I can show. So this is a shloka from the second canto. Okay. Tapasvino Sthana Paraya Sachino. Okay. So somebody can read the translation. Okay. Yes, Aruna Mataji, could you read the translation? Here.
Just a second, I have a disturbance in the background. Let me offer my respectful obeisances unto all the auspicious Lord Shri Krishna. And again, because the great learned sages, the great performers of charity, the great workers of distinction, the great philosophers and mystics, the great chanters of the Vedic hymns, and the great followers of Vedic principles cannot achieve any fruitful result without dedication of such great qualities to the service of the Lord.
Yeah, so these are all the people who are doing tapasya, they are doing dana, charity, manasvina, great philosophers, okay, and vyashashvina, great workers, mantravida, chanter of Vedic mantras, okay, sumangala, strict followers of Vedic principles, okay, kshemam, fruitful result, no, will not come. Okay, why? Vina yadarpanam, without dedication to whom? Unto him. Who is that him? That is Lord Shri Krishna or Vishnu. Okay, so this is the proof for what I was saying, that if that small amount of bhakti is not there, then their results will not come from their respective path. Okay, so that was second canto, shloka number 17 from the 4th chapter. So you can see the purport later. Okay, major amount of bhakti is there in their practice. So here the karma mishra bhakta will be like a big amount of bhakti they are practicing. A small amount of karma is there. And jnana mishra bhakti means a small amount of bhakti is there. And big amount of bhakti is there, a small amount of jnana will be there in their practice. Okay. So this is what is called the Pradhani Bhuta, but his title is Bhakta. Why is the title here Bhakta? Because he has major amount of bhakti in his practice. A small amount of desire is there for going to Swarga or having some opulence in Vaikuntha, all that. Okay. And this has small amount of jnana. So this jnana is not like impersonal jnana. Okay. This jnana is like the jnani which is described in this verse. Okay. 7.16. What is described now? This is Aishwarya Gyan, knowledge of the opulence of the Lord. That is the point. Okay, this Gyan is not impersonal Gyan. And only Bhakti, we know, they are practitioners of pure devotional service. Okay.
Prabhuji, this Karma Mishra, Jnana Mishra, there is no Yoga Mishra, it's not like that as per the first.
Here that also will come. Yeah, that also will come. Okay. Yeah, Yoga Mishra also will come. No, it is there. It's there. Yoga Mishra also will come. Great, big amount of bhakti will be there. Small amount of yoga, Ashtanga yoga will be there. That also is there. Yeah. Okay. So here, this great amount of bhakti, small amount of jnana is called jnani in this verse, 7.16. Okay, and only bhakti that will be described in the 9th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. Okay. So now I'll share the notes later. Now we'll go to this PPT. Yeah. So yes, see here first. So this first column says the types of bhakti. What types of bhakti they are practicing. Okay. So or sadhana. So as we discussed, first type here, what was our third is first here, Kevala Bhakti. Second is Pradhani Bhut Bhakti. And then our first is third here, Puni Bhut Bhakti. Okay. And what is the process details and the Bhagavad Gita verses which describe them? So Kevala Bhakti is pure Bhakti. This is unmixed with Gyan, Karma or Yoga. Only Bhakti is there. So Bhagavad Gita, these verses describe it. Okay. Maya Sakta Manapartha we discussed. Okay. And this Kevala Bhakta, what are the results of the process they follow? So Kevala Bhakti, they attain the close association of Lord. This is called what? In Sanskrit, Prabhupada uses 5 types of mukti. This is one type of mukti. What is that?
Samipya, Prabhuji?
Yes, yeah, that is called Samipya. Okay. So, and what they have? They have a rasa with the Lord. Means what? Those who are practicing Kevala Bhakti, Uttama Bhakti, they can only have rasa. Okay. Others will not have. This Kevala Bhakti can lead to rasa. What rasas they will have? Dasya, Sakhya, Vatsalya, and Madhurya. Okay. And Vrajapem can only develop by constant sadhana of Kevala Bhakti. Okay. That is constant sadhana of Raganuga. So that we will discuss in the Nanodi, next routing version. This is the first category of people, Kevala Bhakti. This is chapter 9 and 10, basically. They will be describing. Pradhanibhut Bhakti, now we are discussing 7 and 8 chapter. This is what we discussed in this 7th and 8th chapter mostly. Okay. So they have predominance of Bhakti, as I told. So majority will be Bhakti and a small amount of some other thing will be there. Either karma. Okay. That is described in 7.16. The first 3. Who are the first 3? Artharthi, Jigyasu, and Artho. Artho, Jigyasu, Artharthi. These first 3 are coming in this category. Karma Mishra. So let me go to this and say here. Okay. So this Karma Mishra is what we discussed. The examples were given. Artho, Jigyasu, and Artharthi. Okay. These 3 are in this category. They want to serve Lord, they will go to Lord only. Bhakti is majority. But they have some small desire of wanting land, gold, or some other enjoyment, or they want to remove their distress. They have some motive to go to the Lord. That small amount of thing is there. Okay, but they will go to Vishnu only or Krishna only. These are the 3 categories here. And the Gyan Mishra Bhakta, as I told, the 4th category is here, Gyani. So let's go back. Yeah, so Gyan Mishra Bhakti. That is 7.16, 4th category, Gyani. Okay, or Yoga Mishra Bhakti that is described in 8.12. Okay, when it will come, we'll see. What is the result? What is the destination? Where these people go? This Arthartho, Gyani, and Artho, Jigyasu, no, not Gyani, sorry. Gyani will come later. This first 3 category, where they go? This Karma Mishra Bhakta. So they have attainment of respective desires. So they wanted heaven, they will go there. They wanted removal of suffering, that also will happen. That will happen. And later, liberation they will get, like Sukha, Aishwarya, Uttara, or Salokyam, they will get. They will go to Vaikuntha. Okay. So they are going to Vaikuntha. And the Jnana Mishra Bhakti, those who are doing, they will get Shantarati. This is Bhava stage. Okay, like 4 Kumaras, Sukhdev Goswami. Okay, so they will get Shantarati, Shantaras. Yeah. If they happen to get pure devotees association, then they will attain Dasya Sakhya predominated by Ashwarya. So that's example, that's what Prabhupada explained. If they get pure devotee association, they will become devotees. Okay, and Gunibhut was described already in chapter 2 to 6. Okay, so example is here like this is pure milk. The Kevala Bhakti is like pure milk without water. And then Pradhanibhut is like milk with water. So milk is Bhakti and water is like Karma, Jnana and Yoga. And Gunibhut is like water with milk. Means water is more. Their Karma, Jnana, Yoga is more, but Bhakti is little bit. Milk is little bit. Okay. So what they will get? They will get impersonal liberation if they practice Jnana Yoga and Ashtanga Yoga in their yoga ladder. So from Karma Yoga, they will go to Jnana Yoga or Ashtanga Yoga, then they will get liberation. Okay. And if they don't go there, then they will go to Swarga, and then again go back to Karma Yoga. Then again go to Swarga, then go back to Karma Yoga. Or they may degrade also. Okay, that also is possible. If they go to Jnana Yoga, then they can get liberation. That is the whole understanding of these 6 chapters actually, which we are discussing. Chapter 7 to 12. This whole thing is going to only be discussed. So 2 to 6 chapter and 13 to 18 Bhagavad Gita describes this Gunibhut, where bhakti is less, but other things are more. And 7 and 8 chapter which we are discussing mostly describes this Pradhanibhut Bhakti, where bhakti is more, but some other motive is little bit, like Karma, Jnana and Ashtanga. And this chapter 9 and 10 mostly describe this Uttama Bhakti, where only bhakti is there, no other process. Okay. So, based on this, next 3 verses also we will discuss. Any question on this, what we discussed now? Anybody has any question on this? I don't know how much it was understandable, but it will keep coming, we will discuss. At one time, it may not be fully understandable. Yes, Gangaputra Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, here 11 and 12 chapter, which category comes for you? Like here
Yeah, actually they are mixed with all 3. Some verses, 11th is like Aishwarya. So that is not particularly described in any of these 3 categories. It's completely like Aishwarya Gyan about the Lord. Yeah. And 12th is devotional service. That will come in Bhakti only, Kevala Bhakti. Okay. Okay. Yamuna
Yes,
will
sir.
explain. Yamuna will explain. Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, can you go to the notes that
Next
you were,
slide.
the previous, I think you were making some note.
Yes,
Explain,
yes. Yeah.
So here you said that Prabhuji, the first category, Gunibhutas, so they have very small amount of bhakti element.
Correct.
And
Correct.
you said that it is required for getting the results.
Correct.
So why Prabhuji, like, I mean, I didn't understood that point clearly, why they need bhakti for getting the results.
Yeah. So
They
whatever
do
results.
karma jnana, yeah. I mean,
Sorry?
even if they do karma jnana, they will get the results, isn't it? Why they need bhakti for that?
Yes, that's what. So when these processes are described, this karma, jnana, ashtanga, when they are described in scriptures, they are described with having some devotional elements in that, chanting some prayers about Lord Vishnu, whatever they may be doing, like as I told, karma. So they follow Varnashma. In Varnashma, what they have to worship? They have to worship Vishnu. That worship of Vishnu is what? That is part of bhakti. Okay. Similarly, okay, Jnani. This Jnani, as you remember, last time we discussed the impersonation are 2 types. One who accepts the form of Lord, one who does not accept. So one who does not accept the form of Lord, that bhakti element is missing. So they will go to hell. That is called Mayavad. But there are impersonalists who accept the form of Lord. They accept Vishnu. They also accept Vishnu. And they also worship Vishnu. But the goal is to merge into Brahman. So that worshipping Vishnu is the part of bhakti, small element. Because without this bhakti, Lord Vishnu will not be pleased. And when that Lord Vishnu is not pleased, they cannot attain the result. Because all the results are given by Lord Vishnu. So only doing jnana will not lead to any result. Okay. And similarly with Ashtanga. So in Ashtanga Yoga, they meditate on whom? They meditate on Paramatma. So who is the Paramatma? That is Lord Vishnu. They meditate on 400 form. That comes in the 3rd canto, 29th chapter, 28th chapter, like that. It comes. So there you can see. Okay, details.
Yeah.
So one may say, oh no. Somebody not worshipping Vishnu can still get results. No, that is not possible. You can see that verse, Arya Krishna Param Padam Tata Patanti Ada Anadrita Yushmada Angraya. That is told, right? So that verse, if you read the translation, I'll show you that verse. Aruhya Krishna Param Padam Tata Patanti Ada Anadrita Yushmada Angraya. So what is said here? That is for those who don't have bhakti. Yeah. Read the translation.
Someone may say, which one? Okay.
Here.
Someone may say that aside from devotees who always seek shelter at the Lord's lotus feet, There are those who are not devotees but who have accepted different processes for attaining salvation. What happens to them? In answer to this question, Lord Brahma and the other demigods said, O lotus-eyed Lord, although non-devotees who accept severe austerities and penances to achieve the highest position may think themselves liberated, their intelligence is impure. They fall down from their position of imagined superiority because they have no regard for your lotus feet.
So why they fall? Because they don't have any regard for a lotus feet. They think that, oh, Lord doesn't have any form. Okay, Lord's form is made up of Maya. It is under the three gunas. It's the Brahman's transformation. It's like Sagun Brahman. All the terms they use. So those kind of people who are not accepting the Lord's form as transcendental, they will not get the results. That's what is mentioned here. Okay.
Prabhuji,
Yeah.
just
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah.
sorry.
You want to see that folio?
No, that's clear, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Okay.
Like even if they do some bhakti elements, like the first category, guni
Guni
bhuta.
Bhuta.
So that bhakti element, does it comes under spiritual piety? Does it comes under sukruti? Does
No.
it help them to make progress? Like spiritual piety, when we say sukruti, so that small bhakti element comes under that category.
Yeah, this is under the category of Sukriti only. Yeah, this is under category of Sukriti. Correct. So until unless they have that element, they will not get result. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
That's Sukriti only. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's clear.
Yeah. Aruna Mataji.
Prabhuji, I would like to come back to the previous question that I asked you. Which category do we I mean, at least if I want to know which category do I fall, is it second one, the Pradhani Bhuti, or or it should be Guni Bhuta?
You are saying second or third? Okay, you are saying
Not
you.
third, not third. Yes,
Okay.
Prabhuji. First or second?
Okay.
How would I understand?
Okay. No, actually, there will be some question and answers we need to ask you, and you will need to answer to understand you come into first, second, or third. Okay, that is very subjective. Okay, so that is subject of discussion of nectar of devotion. But just in short, I will try to answer. This first, who is small amount of bhakti which is there, they have, see, this karma which they have, na, or jnana they have majority. Their goals are, first category of people, their goal is to go to Swarga. Okay, so second category of people who are having, okay, karmis want to go to Swarga. Jnanis, they want to merge into impersonal Brahma Jyoti. They want to merge. Okay. And the third, Ashtang Yogis, they also want to merge into Brahman only. But their path is to meditate on Paramatma. That is only difference. So my question is, do you want to go to Swarga or you want to merge in Brahman, Mataji? Which one you want?
None, Prabhuji, none
Okay,
of
so
them.
you don't come into this actually. Okay, that is okay. Yeah. Now second category. Major amount of bhakti is there, but small amount of material desires are there. They want to fulfill those desires. They don't have passive desire. They are active desires. You understand the difference between passive and active desire? Like I have a passive desire that I want to become a pilot. Okay, that was desire before coming to Krishna Consciousness. It is there, but I don't want to fulfill it now. My desire is that I want to remove it now after practicing bhakti. So passive desire means which I want to remove. Okay, and active means which I want to fulfill. So understanding that, now these people, what are their motives? They have two motives in broad category. If I put, okay, so we'll have to add one slide here. Because this question is coming again, will come again. So let me just address it. We are in which category? Okay. See, so when I was saying about the second category, which is the Pradhani Booth, So they have majorly two desires. So first one is mukti, they want. Here is, they want either mukti or they want bhukti. These are both termed as anya bhilasha. Okay. Anya abhilasha. So abhilasha is that which we want to fulfill. We have a desire, we want to fulfill strongly. We don't want to discard it. And there is another term which you may be aware of called anartha. Correct? What is anartha, Mataji? Can you define it?
Me, Prabhuji?
Yeah, you are only asking the question, I'm answering you. Yeah.
Prabhuji, anartha, that much only what Prabhupada had said. The
Yeah,
six
that
anarthas,
only.
that we have lust, anger, greed, etc.
Correct. Okay. So these all six things, you want to fulfill them or you want to remove them?
Remove from there.
Remove. So that anartha means that's called unnecessary. NECESSARY. Sorry, my handwriting is not very good. Unnecessary desires, which we want to strongly remove. Okay, we desire to remove it. Okay, that much is clear. That's called anartha, and this is called abhilasha. Okay, so when we sing Morayai Abhilash, Vilas Kunje Diyo Vash in the Tulsi Arti, we say that is our desire we want to fulfill to serve in the Vilas Kunja to Shri Shri Radha and Krishna, like that. And anartha, we have the word called anartha nivritti. Nivritti means to remove. That is a part of the bhakti yoga itself. So anybody having this bhukti desire or mukti desire, that's anya vilasha, and they are not practitioners of pure devotional service. Means they want to fulfill them. They don't think that is anartha. Like mukti. Mukti is what? They want liberation. Okay. And bhukti means they want to enjoy the various material objects. Okay. So these two kinds of desires are there. Anybody has these desires, they want to fulfill them, then they are considered as the Pradhanibhut Bhaktas, and they want to fulfill it through bhakti. They have majority bhakti and a small amount of karma or jnana, whatever. So those who have jnana, they want mukti. Those who have karma, they want bhukti. Okay. Okay, Mataji. So now the question we have to ask you is, do you want again, you are practicing bhakti, you are doing Navyoda bhakti, but do you have somewhere in the corner of your heart that I am practicing bhakti because I want liberation?
Prabhuji, liberation, I mean, I don't want to merge into Brahman, but yes, I do want to get rid of the miseries that I am facing in the material world.
Yeah, Prahlad Maharaj also prays that in his 7th canto prayers, if we read, he also says this material world is very, very harassing, and it's like a big chakki in which the whole thing is getting, what you say, it is getting churned, and I am very much afraid of the three modes and non-devotee association. So, Lord, kindly take me back to your spiritual abode. There is one prayer. I can send the reference later. So having a desire like that is not considered desire for liberation. It's a desire where one wants an ambience to practice bhakti. So please, you differentiate between this, whether you want the difficulties to be removed because it's troubling you in practicing bhakti, or it's just because you want to go and get merged into Brahman. Which one is that? Clearly you have to distinguish.
Prabhuji, the other one, because
Other
merging
one means
is
first or second you have to tell. Whether you
merging
want
was
to.
never yes, Prabhuji. Merging was not something that ever attracted me, because
Okay.
I do know, if like Radhanath Maharaj says, the fundamental need of every soul is to love and to be loved. To be loved. So basically, the prema thing is one thing that attracted me most about the bhakti. So that is definitely the goal. But I know I'm standing nowhere. I mean, I still don't have
No,
that
no, that we will
confidence
discuss.
I
That I know, means you will not be aspiring for that ecstasy and prema and all now. But I am just asking you a question that you can say whether you want the obstacles to be removed because you want to perform bhakti nicely, or you
Yes,
want to merge
Prabhuji,
into
this one.
liberation, first or second.
Prabhuji, this one. I want the obstacles to be removed so that I can actually
Okay.
perform the bhakti with the
Okay.
unconditional
Understood.
love.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So that means you are not having an active desire of liberation.
Yes,
Okay.
Prabhuji.
That is in the category of anartha for you. Correct?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay.
Yeah.
That means it will go away in anartha nivritti step for you.
Okay.
Who will remove it?
Krishna.
Yeah, the process of bhakti will remove. Okay, so this exercise, miss, I am not doing only for Mataji. Other also those who are there, it will come again. Whether I am practicing bhakti, oh, bhakti, Shuddha bhakti is so high. How can I practice? No. So we will discuss. It's very subjective. I'm asking some questions to Mataji. You also try to internally answer yes or no, and then you can understand which category everyone is in. Okay. So, and it's not going to be clear in one go. We have to discuss it again and again. Again, these doubts will come. Well, many times it has happened that I have answered, but again it comes. So no problem, but I am trying to answer. So now, Mataji, my question to you is about bhakti. Do you have an active desire to fulfill the sense gratification through material objects? Whether you keep it in the category of abhilasha or whether you keep it in the category of anartha, that you have to tell. Desire to enjoy material objects.
Anartha, not
Okay, that
abhilasha.
also gone into anartha. It will be removed in anartha. Don't worry about it now. Okay, bhakti will take care of it. You have to follow the Navavida Bhakti, 9 limbs of Bhakti that you do. That will remove this anartha. That is done. So that means Pradhani Bhut also you are not able to follow. Guni Bhut also you could not do. So what remains is the Kevala Bhakti. Okay. So this Kevala Bhakti definition, Anyabhilashita Shunyam, Gyan Karmadi Anavritam. Three things are there basically in that. First is no bhukti and mukti. That is called Anyabhilashita Shunyam. That you already put into anartha. So that is not there for you. Gyan Karmadi Anavritam. So Gyan here refers to the impersonal knowledge. So do you cultivate internally some impersonal knowledge in your practice? No. Okay, karma. Do you want to follow Varnashrama system in, okay, this is little difficult. Okay. Karma is that which Sandhya Vandana morning and evening is to be done. And then there is some Panchopasana or some regular worship of all that. So means that kind of stuff where Varnashrama is done. It's not there at all now. So there is no question you would be doing it. Okay. So there is no question of discussing about it. Okay. Anyavilashita Shunyam Gyan Karmadhyana Anukullena. That is third thing. Favorable devotional service. So Mataji, my question is, do you render services to Krishna and chant your rounds or whatever devotional names you do? Do you want to do it for pleasing Krishna?
Yes, I want to, but I don't know how far.
No, I'm not asking you whether you are doing it. I'm asking what question that only you to answer.
Yes.
You want to do it. Okay.
Yes.
Qualified. Okay. Fourth. Anukullena Krishna Anushilanam. Okay. So do you follow the system and you want to follow Krishna and the acharyas? Do you keep that desire into Abhilasha category or Anartha category? That is my question. These three and fourth.
Abhilasha, Prabhuji.
Yeah, both are your Abhilasha, correct? Na?
Yes.
They are not in Anartha category. Oh, I don't want to follow Krishna. I don't want to follow Acharya. Somehow this desire should go away. ऐसा तो नहीं है ना? This is not there. No,
Definitely
okay. So
not.
they are like your Abhilasha. You want to fulfill, and who will fulfill these desires for you to come to perfection?
Lord and Acharyas, Vaishnava Acharyas.
Yeah, simple words. It's the process of bhakti who is going to do it. Okay, because you want to fulfill it through that process only. You are not practicing karma and jnana. You are not qualified only, Mataji, for that. Okay, with that already I discussed earlier. You have put them into the category of anartha already. So bhakti will remove it. So now this is their favorableness you have. You want to please Krishna and you also want to follow Krishna and Acharyas. So then the last line of that shloka says what? Sa Bhakti Uttama. That is called Uttama Bhakti. Okay. So now, according to me, Mataji, if you have answered all these questions, you are practitioner of Shuddha Bhakti. Okay. Your faith, whatever faith you have,
Yes, Prabhuji.
your faith is pure. It is Shuddha. But the problem you may have is you have conditionings like material desires, which you know it is anartha, but it is not yet zero. Correct? Is that your problem? Okay.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes.
But our process is not anartha shunya process. Our process is anyabhilasha shunya. Bhukti and mukti desires should not be there to fulfill it. That is our process. So please don't understand that Uttama Bhakti means anartha shunya process. No. If it was that, then Shraddha would not be first step. First step would be anartha shunya step. First step of Bhakti is what, Mataji? Shraddha only, na? Shraddha only, na? Faith. So you have the faith. You have the desire to follow favorably, and you have the desire to please Krishna Acharyas and follow them. So your faith is pure. You want to do all that. But the problem you are facing is because of the material desires, which you know they are anartha and you want to remove it. So if all this is answered accordingly, then my reply to you will be, you are not practicing Kunibhut. You are not qualified because you don't want to go to Swarga or merge in Brahman. You don't have majorly that desire. Neither you are practicing Pradhani Bhut because you are not even a small degree wanting to fulfill the material desires, as well as small degree you want to go to merge into Brahman. That also you don't have. Neither you want to, okay, one question remained, whether you want to cultivate Aishwarya Bhav towards the Lord in the sense that, oh, he is the Paramatma pervading throughout the world, or he is the Vishwarupa who is there throughout, or you want to have a relationship with that person who is the son of Mother Yashoda, who is Sham Sundar, who is in Vraja or Dwarka, wherever. Second one or first one?
Second one, Prabhuji.
Second one.
Rajendra
So
Nandana.
you don't qualify, Mataji, for this Jnana Mishra Bhakti also. You are not qualified. So the only one remains is this. This is only pure Bhakti. And you have told in that also that you are not having Bhukti Mukti desire. You don't have Jnana and Karma coverings because you don't want to merge into Brahman. And as well as you want to favorably render service and follow Krishna and Acharyas. So only trouble you have is material desires. And you are practitioner of pure Bhakti, and material desires will go away in time.
Okay, just one more thing, Prabhuji. Jnana,
Mataji.
like if I do have desire for Jnana, like knowing more about the lordships. Sometimes I do also have desire to know how, if somebody is doing something wrong or something not good, but something wrong, then how will it come as a karma reaction? So does this also come into Jnana category?
No, what is the first thing you told? Beginning of the question.
I was asking Prabhuji, the Jnana category, like somebody who has desire to acquire knowledge, like we are doing Bhakti Shastri, we are reading CC, Bhagavatam or other higher books to know more about the lordships and to more about Bhakti. So does this category of acquiring knowledge about the Lord also comes in the Jnana category? Or this is a part of Bhakti, I suppose, right?
No, this is part of the Bhakti. Okay, that is mentioned in the very comment of this shloka, Anyabhilashita Shunyam. If you go there, so cultivating knowledge about Krishna and the forms of devotional service are coming into the part of Bhakti. Okay, maybe I can send you the reference later. Okay, but in short, I have to answer you. It's coming into the part of Bhakti because we want to know about Lord. Why? Because we want to understand Him better. Why we want to understand Him better? Because we want to have a good relationship with Him, better relationship with Him. Okay.
All right, Prabhuji. And sometimes, I mean, to be
Yeah, you
very
can
honest,
ask.
sometimes I do feel like having a desire to understand how the karma acts. So does that come into Jnana category, like
No,
desire?
Mother
No.
Devavati is asking Kapil Dev about the path of third canto, chapter 27. She asked the question, what do the practitioners of Jnana and Ashtanga Yoga practice and what is the results? And then she asks 3.29, 27 and 28 is these two chapters. 3.29, third canto, 29th chapter, she asks about Bhakti Yoga. So there the comment is made that actually an intelligent person actually will have the inquisitiveness, intelligent follower. anybody who is intelligent follower will have inquisitiveness about the other paths, so that he can understand that why that is not my path and why this is my path. Okay. Similarly, Parishit Maharaj also asked about sixth canto. In the sixth canto, he asked about the path of karma and jnana. That he is told by Sukadeva Goswami that why karma is not able to remove the seeds of sinful activity from the root. All that is told, and then the comment is made that any practitioner of bhakti yoga, they also want to understand other paths because they understand why that is not my path. Okay, so two references I told you. So that doesn't imply that we are wanting to practice it. That is not the anartha. If we have this mood. Okay, but somebody thinks, no, okay, I want to read some impersonalist literature so that I can get some good stories. Your Krishna consciousness, is very, very boring. Always same thing. Prabhupada keeps saying you are not the body, you are spirit, soul. I'm getting feeling it very, very boring. Let me get and read some very interesting stories from Buddhist books or something like that. Then it is not pure Krishna consciousness. Okay, that's what I wanted to share. So this whole thing will be discussed more into elaborately into Uttama Bhakti section when we discuss NOD. There it will come. Okay. So here I just answered in short, but it took some time. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for explaining it so well.
Anybody has any question on this? What just concept we explained? Whether one is practitioner of pure bhakti or we are practitioners of karma. And yes. Yamuna Vilas Prabhu.
Prabhuji,
Yeah.
I got a bit confused with this bhakti part. When we say that you said that in Kevala Bhakti also we may have conditioning, we may have material desire, and we
Correct.
want to get rid of that. And
Yes.
Bhakti also we see that they are also after material objects. So what is the difference? Because they are also
Yeah.
having material desire. So how we distinguish it?
Yes, Prabhu. So that is distinguished as mixed bhakti, and that is distinguished as Shuddha bhakti. So I'm showing you that shloka. This is again Kapila section. So there he is going to say Abhi Sandhaya. Abhi Sandhaya Vifalam Yohimsam. Okay. Okay, this is not. Just 1 minute. Yeah. Yes, true. So kindly read the translation of this.
Translation: devotional service executed by a person who is envious, proud, violent, and angry, and who is a separatist, is considered to be in the mode of darkness.
Yeah. So there are 3 types of mixed bhakti that is called. So in the bhakti in the mode of ignorance, bhakti in the mode of passion, bhakti in the mode of goodness. So those who practice in darkness mixed with mode of ignorance, they have this desire which they want to fulfill, their abhilasha. Okay, not anartha. Their abhilasha is this service is executed by a person who is envious. They are desirously envious. They want to be envious. They want to be proud. They want to be violent. They want to be angry. And they want to be a separatist. They don't think it should be removed from the path. They want to fulfill these things. So those who are practitioners of mixed bhakti, they want to fulfill this. Those who are practitioners of Shuddha bhakti, they want to remove it. So which category you are in? That is the question.
Okay.
So 2 more things are there. Yeah. Read this translation.
The worship of deities in the temple by a separatist with a motive for material enjoyment, fame, and opulence is devotion in the mode of passion.
Yeah. So this Abhisandaya word which I told, the translation is aiming at. So if anybody's aim is at motive for material enjoyment, they will be called as Karma Mishra Bhakta, like second category, or they will be called as Karma Yogi in the Gunibhut category. If they have very major amount of material enjoyment desire, then that will be having Karma Yoga, means very small amount of bhakti is there, that we discussed, right? Or they want fame, they want opulence, that is passion. And then third one is goodness. Read this.
When a devotee worships the Supreme Personality of Godhead and offers the results of his activities in order to free himself from the inebrities of fruity activities, his devotion is in the mode of goodness.
Yeah, so what is his desire? You see, Tatarpanam yayeta yasna varshana prithak bhava sattvika. Okay. Say nirharam. He wants to free himself from what? Fruity activities. That is the desire of Gyanis. They want to remove fruity activities and stop all activities. So, do you want to have a process where you want to stop all activities itself? Do you desire like that? To remove all activities? Because Bhakti Yoga, we have to do activities. We have to do chanting, reading, hearing, so many things we have to do. So, if we desire to remove all the activities, karma also, where we want to enjoy material objects, if you want to do like that, then that is pure bhakti. If you want to remove it, and if you want to fulfill it, then it is bhakti in the mode of goodness. Okay, sorry. So if we want to remove it and get liberation, then it is in goodness. But if you want to remove it and practice bhakti, then it is not goodness wala, it is pure bhakti. Both want to remove fruity activity, but one wants to remove it because he wants to merge into liberation. That is called Gyan Yogi. Other want to remove the material fruitive activities because he considers it as anartha. It's not good for my bhakti. So you are in which category? If you are thinking, yes, I want to progress in bhakti by removing it, then you are practicing Kevala Bhakti. So that is the difference. Okay. So that's what I explained here. Okay. It depends whether you have considered it as anartha, you have considered it as the desire to fulfill it. Okay. Does that answer?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah. Answers.
But we may be shocked, oh, how am I able to practice pure bhakti? How am I qualified even? These are the questions one may have actually after hearing this. I also had, but we will discuss more into NOD. But I can show you one verse where Lord Krishna himself is saying in the 11th canto that how a practitioner of pure bhakti can have actually material desires and sinful tendencies with a desire to remove them. Okay, one can have like that. So that shloka I can show you. Okay, I think there is another question. Let me answer that. Yes, Mataji, Prerna Mataji.
Prabhuji, actually, I was just thinking about what Arna Mataji has asked.
Yeah.
What we want to practice is
What
one
would-
thing. What we want to practice,
Practice,
that means we all are here to practice the pure devotional service.
Hmm.
But at the same time, there is our conditioning from our previous life and conditioning from our present life.
Correct.
And our material desire, because
Correct.
I think that anyone can say that I am devoid of material desire. Material desires are always there, at least for the Grihasthas. What is my understanding is that we are attached to our family, and from that attachment, material desire comes, and also the tendency to sense gratification also comes.
Correct.
So, isn't it good that accept whatever situation we are in? Okay, in this lifetime, my journey to Krishna towards this lifetime is with this conditioning, and I have to progress further. So acceptance, if we accept those things and we try to work upon those things, then will that help us to lead pure devotional service? That is the first part. And second is sometimes
one by one because I will forget what you told first part itself.
Okay.
Yeah. So actually, yeah, as I told earlier, same thing I am repeating. If these all, as you mentioned, Grihasthas, you are saying material desires, and because you have attachment to family. Yeah, I say as Brahmachari, I also am attached to my family. And at the same time, I don't consider it as obstacle to my devotional service because Arjuna himself was attached to his son. Abhimanyu, and he was crying. And what does Prabhupada write there? Prabhupada writes that a Vaishnava is not devoid of emotions. You read that purport, what he says. Vaishnava is attached to his family, but his devotional service doesn't get obstructed because of that attachment. He does his bhakti and encourages them also. He considers this family is given to me by Krishna. And as brahmachari, we are not detached from our family, and I have my mother, my sister, and I take care of them. So that's a wrong understanding to think that these are all material desires. I don't agree with that. Second thing you told is that, okay, these all desires are there and we have conditioning. That I already told. These all conditionings, if you have put into the category of anartha, don't worry about it. Bhakti will remove it for you. Krishna will take care of it. He has already included that in the path of bhakti. Anartha nivritti step. Your path, your part is to have faith and do sadhu sangha, bhajan kriya, and then anartha nivritti will happen if you are doing first three. Okay. Yes. Second part.
Okay, Prabhuji, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So I just want to show you this. I don't know what is getting shared. This shloka from Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th canto. Or others also. Yeah, basically somebody may say, actually I have a lot of material desires, what to do. So see here what Krishna is saying. Could you read the translation, Yamuna Vilas Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah,
Can
so
you-
this topic is this. See, classic definition of Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti. This is from Nectar of Devotion. What is the definition of Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti? Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti is a part of Sadhana Bhakti, which is actually Uttama Bhakti, pure devotional service. So what is quoted by Jiva Goswami in that section I am showing you. This is not just sloka from Bhagavatam. Jiva Goswami is quoting it into Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Yeah, read this.
Can you enlarge it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Having awakened faith in the narrations of my glories, Jata Shraddho Mat.
No, just read the English.
Okay. Having awakened faith in the narrations of my glories, being disgusted with all prescribed activities, varnashram, knowing that all sense gratification leads to misery, but still being unable to renounce all sense enjoyment, my devotee should remain happy and worship me with great faith and conviction. Even though he is sometimes engaged in sense enjoyment, my devotee knows that all sense gratification leads to a miserable result, and he sincerely repents such activities.
Okay, so this is quoted by Jiva Goswami in the definition of Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti. That is a part of Uttama Bhakti. Okay, so what are the symptoms? 6 things are mentioned here. Yeah, so first symptom was mentioned of a Vaidhi Sadhaka who is practitioners of pure Bhakti. Okay, remember this is Uttama Bhakti part. He has awakened faith in the process of Bhakti. That's what I was asking earlier to Mataji. Do we have faith? Shraddha. Shraddha should be there. Means we understand what is Shraddha. To have faith in 2 things. That is in the spiritual books and means Shastrartha Shraddha in the Shastra. And second, in Lord Vishnu, that he is God or Krishna. He is God. That is first thing. Second point is Nirvinna Sarva Karmashu. He should not be wanting to do prescribed duties in the sense that he wants to go to Swarga or he wants some material objects. Okay, so that all you can read in the commentary. Veda Dukkhatmakam Kaman. He understands that sense gratification leads to misery. This is another characteristics of practitioner of pure bhakti. He understands that this leads to misery, sense gratification. Fourth characteristic is he is unable to give up. Like Arjuna is saying, Anichchanapi Varshnaya Baladivat Niyojita. Even though I don't want it, but somebody is pushing me through the neck to engage into it. So who is pushing him? That is his conditioning from so many lifetimes he has developed. That is his anartha. He doesn't want to do it, but still it pushes him. And that will remove. Who will remove? Bhakti will remove it later. And fifth thing, he knows that he is unable to give up sense gratification. He sincerely repents, not that he enjoys doing it. He repents in engaging it. And then for them, what is the Krishna's instructions to such sadhakas? Remain happy and worship me with great faith and conviction. So this is the classic symptoms of the practitioner of pure bhakti. This is quoted by Jiva Goswami. Okay, so we will discuss more detail into NOD, but those who have fulfilled these things, these 6 things, kindly understand you are not practicing any karma or jnana. You are practicing pure devotional service. You are allowed to be shocked, but you cannot deny the fact. Okay, so that's what, actually it's a very long answer, but it was, I think, quite important, because many times we have this question, what I'm practicing, I don't know. If we don't know only what we are practicing, how the results of that path is going to come? It cannot come. Okay, so if you have any question, because I cannot go in any verse now, it's already 127. If any question on this is there, we can take. I think, sorry, we diverted a lot today, but maybe it was something important to discuss. Any
Yes,
question
Prabhuji,
on this?
for me, it was very important, Prabhuji. I've got answers to lot many questions that were actually there in my subconscious mind also. So it took time, and I don't know if I should beg forgiveness from other devotees because they maybe wanted to proceed further, but you got stuck to
Yeah,
this topic. But still, thank you so much, Prabhuji. And
no
thank you to
issue.
others also for being so patient.
Yes, Deepali Mataji, you have any question?
Yes, Prabhuji, then the desire to complete our responsibilities towards family or to our family member, then in what category it comes?
Yeah, Mataji, actually it's very subjective. I have to ask you some question. You have to reply, then only I can say whether your desire to take care of family, you said, no?
Yes.
Yeah, take care of family is for serving indirectly Krishna only, because Krishna has given you this family and you want to serve this family because so that Krishna, because he has given it, Krishna will be pleased. Like, give great examples are there. Arjuna wanted to take care of Abhimanyu, but he died. And then Pandavas had 5 children also. They also died. They cried later. So one may say, oh, they are so much attached to them and they are crying when they have died. So one can say all that, but we have to understand why they are doing it, because they want to serve Krishna and they are not emotionless. So as devotees, as being persons, we are not wanting to become impersonalist and become zero of emotion. So our emotion should be channeled in a devotional way, where we want to take care of ourselves. Self-care is part of bhakti. Because sometimes devotees think that we should not take care of ourselves because we are not the body, and then we should not take care of our family also, just be detached from everything. No, Krishna has given them, so it's our responsibility to take care of them. And then we should understand that that is an offering to Krishna. If we can have this mode, then it is pure bhakti. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
It's not karma. Karma is that where one takes care of all these things so that Krishna will award him liberation, or not liberation, award him Swarga,
Yes.
because he took care of these nicely. Yeah.
Yeah, means my thought behind that is that because of them I am here, means whatever that education or in
Yeah,
bhakti,
yeah,
because of them I'm
yeah.
here, so I want to serve
Yeah.
them. So
Yeah, that is also good, but we have to understand what they have given us. They could give only because Krishna allowed them to give it. Krishna gave them the energy and intelligence to give you what they could give. So the source has to be seen as Krishna, then it is bhakti. If we just think that they are only the source, then may not be bhakti. Yeah.
thank you.
Okay. Anybody else has any question on this?
Prabhuji, can I ask something?
Yeah, actually time is up. Those who want to drop, they can leave. If they have other services, they can go. Yeah. Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, continuing the question of the Pali Mataji only, Prabhuji. Like, if I don't have the desire, I don't have the intention even to attain liberation by serving my family, and neither suppose I'm aware of that, yes, it is my duty towards my family is because Krishna has given me this responsibility. If both the things are missing, then where would it go?
No, you have to find out why you are doing it.
Out of affection sometimes, Prabhuji, because we do
Yeah.
love them. We have spent so much
Yes.
time with them. We are attached to them.
Yes. So my question would be, why you love them? You love them because there is some relationship of theirs with Krishna in your life, or you just love them like they are, well, something reason should be there why you love them. It cannot be just
So-
blank, because we don't
Yeah.
love anybody without any reason. There are emotions attached with them. Yeah. Why is that? You have to
Prabhuji,
see
there are
that.
yes, there are so many people who are not into Krishna consciousness. So
Hmm.
for them, it is neither about attaining the liberation and nor do they have information about Krishna and how their family and they are connected to Krishna. So for
Okay,
them,
okay.
how will it go?
No, that's what. There is third thing also we discussed about bhakti. Na? They want to have some material benefits from their family. Okay, like they may want to have some material benefits. There are so many. They want to occupy their land, or they want they want their assets. They want their jewelry, so that they are doing it. There are many reasons. I may not know, but they have all these desire, primary desire. They have not considered it as anartha. They think this is the goal of my connection with them. Then it is not bhakti. If they think my goal of connection with them is to serve Krishna because Krishna has awarded them to me, but secondarily there may be some ulterior motives which I want to give up. If this understanding has come, then it is bhakti. Other than this, there can be so many.
Okay, probably like my father. My father is basically a brain stroke patient. He's paralyzed. He's on wheelchair. So
Okay.
being a daughter, I'm not gonna. I have this understanding, and I don't have any desire. Okay, he may be leaving something for me. I'm just serving out of affection. I have never seen it from the angle that he is like obviously
Yeah, that's
he's
what. Yeah.
soul. Uh, I mean, I never connected him to Krishna and then thought of full serving him because it is my responsibility.
Yeah.
He
So that shows,
so
na,
where will
Mataji.
it go?
That
Where will
shows na, that you don't have any, you have not actively thought itself about it. So when I began this presentation, I told the difference between active and passive things.
okay.
So your thing is in passive. Active is only you are thinking him as a soul or something, somebody connected to Krishna, who Krishna has given you this father, him, and then you are serving him. That is your active thing. Problem is that devotees think that I am not yet on the level of prema, so I cannot practice pure devotional service at all. Then there would not be any concept of practitioner in bhakti. Prabhupada many times in purport says there are three categories: practitioners of the pure devotional service, and then there are people who are steady practitioners, and then there are third who are perfected people. Okay, so steady practitioner is stage of nishtha. Okay, so problem is that we think only bhakti can happen on prema stage. Then there would not be any stage of sadhana, and then bhava and prema. Three distinctions are there. Then nobody will be in the first two. Everybody will be in the prema only directly. To enter bhakti, you should have prema. I did not see any statement from Prabhupada like that. Okay, or any statement like you should be free of anarthas. Then only you can come to bhakti. That's it. Entry to bhakti, be free of anarthas. It is not like that. Otherwise, anarth nivritti should be first step. Na? Why to have faith first step then? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. Should we pause here and continue tomorrow if nobody has any question on this? Okay. I understand. Means it will be a little startling and little shocking and little revolutionizing, and then what all words we can use. But this is the fact actually. Rupa Goswami has presented this in the very first chapter in the 11th verse. What is the definition of Anyabhilasha Shunyam? And after that whole presentation says that anybody falling into this category are practitioner of pure bhakti. And many times it is misunderstood in our system and society. Okay. So how many ever references you want, I can give. I'm ready to give. But please don't think that what I am saying is just some artificial. Okay. So whatever questions you have, I can answer with all references. But just try to understand it. Yes. Okay. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.